Hello, everyone. This is Coach Mill coming to you live for a brief moment in time. I'm going to start trying to do more lives on here. I am not consistent. I'm not about to pretend, but at least I'm on here. I'm trying to show up. But I had a moment that I wanted to share something with you and ask a question. And that question is, what are you holding on to that you know somewhere deep inside of you needs to be let go of? What do for whatever reasons it needs to be let go of? What are you holding on to? Why are you holding on to it? And is it benefiting you? When you look at the whole spectrum of it, is it truly benefiting you? Or has it served its purpose? And when we look at it from that standpoint, we go, okay, instead of looking at from a negative connotation, we need to look at it from a connotation of what am I doing? Why am I doing it? And is it benefiting me? I think I just repeated myself, but I was interrupted. It's okay. So, see, I was cold a minute ago. Now I'm hot. I mean, I was hot a minute ago. Now I'm cold. So I'm about to put my top back on again because now I'm like, oh my God. So that's what it is in the wintertime for those of us up in age. Okay, so what I was trying to say was take the example of a tree and then look at the season that we're in now in fall going into winter. Ah, and there's that interruption again. Sorry. So I can get the. Oh Lord, I just lost everything. Where to go? Where to go? Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. I just messed up. I don't see it. Where to go? This is crazy because I can't find it. Oh, there you are. Okay, see, this is what happens when you have interruptions. Anyway, so take the tree. I'm so sorry. Can you see? Anyway, I had to do this. Okay, glitches, and more glitches. So take the tree in the fall. It has leaves, and eventually those leaves dry up and wither. Some leaves stay on the tree. They try to hang on as much as they can. The last little bit of energy that they have to stay on a tree and try to, hang on. But eventually, it has to blow away. It's gonna fall off because the tree has no use for it anymore, and the leaf is not getting any more vitamins from it. Same thing with life and everything that we go through in our lives. People, places, things, whatever you may, want to call it. We are gonna have people in our lives, we're gonna have things in our lives. Things change all the time, and we must allow for that change to be. We have to be at peace with change. There are some things that we never thought would ever happen, and they happen for whatever reasons. Things don't continually go the same way. They eventually do this, or they eventually do this, whatever it does. The patterns change because we all grow, we all change, we all experience something different. So we must be okay with letting things go and walking away from things to be able to make room for whatever's next, because that's what happens with the tree. The tree, all the leaves fall off the tree, all of them. And the tree is pretty much now alone, bare butt naked, taking on all these elements of the winter time, the snow, cold, the bitterness. And it seems like that's a dark time because, when you think about someone with no clothes on in the cold, the snow, the freezing rain, that's a hard moment. That's a bitter time right there. You're facing some things. You've been, all the other things in your life have been shed off of you. So you have no choice but to look at where you are at this point and see where you need to go. So I'm using this tree because it's a good example. Excuse me, but what we need to notice also about that tree is even through the wind, the rain, the storms, the snow of the winter time, the tree is still standing strong. The only way that tree is doesn't is if a strong wind, strong enough to move it over. If you've seen the damage from a hurricane, you'll see that, and I've seen it just recently, maybe over almost 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years. And the hurricanes were so strong, the winds were so strong, the trees were standing like this, they were bent over like this, like literally bent over from the wind. And it was just amazing to see. Um, they bend over. Some of them are still bent over to this day because of the damage, but they're still there. They're still alive. Some of them are still alive. Some of them are just there, trying to hold on. So my question to you is, what are you holding on to? Are you being beat up and, bent over? Or are you standing strong? Are you trying to find your way back up? What are you holding on to that's causing you to bend over? That strong wind. What type of a strong wind is causing you to do this? Or are you the reason for it? These are some things we need to really, really look at seriously, because we can't bring on anything new until the old is gone. You have so many things that you say you want in your life, but when you're ready to change your life, the universe gives you exactly what you need or shifts things in a way to make room for what you need. And unfortunately, there are some things that are not going to fit into that new puzzle. And some of it's going to be painful when you have to let it go, just like that leaf or those few leaves that are trying to hang on to the tree as much as they can, or the tree's trying to hang on to the leaf. Who's ever trying to hold on, whichever is trying to hold on to the other. Eventually, you have to let go. And sometimes that's the hardest part, is letting go. But the best part about that tree is when the spring comes around and all of a sudden you go, okay, whew, I made it through. It's not so harsh anymore. The bitter winds have stopped. I get to take a breather. And wow, I feel a little bit better now because now I'm shedding my old skin and new skin is coming in. Think of a snake, you know, think of a caterpillar and a butterfly. Think of those things. And realize there's always something new coming. There's always going to be something new coming. Things are going to only be in your life for as long as they're supposed to be. People are going to be in your life for as long as they're supposed to be. When we hold on to certain things thinking they're supposed to be a certain way, it hurts when we have to let go. It hurts when you are praying and you're wishing and you're putting out intentions and affirmations about what it is you want to do and where you want to go. And because there are certain things you haven't let go, not realizing that I can't take that or them with me, then you struggle with it. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and hold on because whatever. And one thing I learned in my spiritual walk and my recent spiritual learning, my training and everything, is that those things that you're speaking about that you want, that you're putting intentions and affirmations out about, if you don't do what you need to do to cause the situation, whatever you need to do to separate, the universe will do it for you. And sometimes we have a tendency of looking at a certain thing or a certain person that's causing it, depending on the situation, and not realizing that this is what is supposed to happen according to your journey, according to your affirmations, according to what it is you've been saying you want to happen. We are the cause of everything. So we need to realize because of that cause and where the next season is taking us, everyone can't go and everything can't go. We have to let certain things go. And certain people don't understand that. They think it's supposed to be this, that certain way forever, forever, forever. But if you say that to them, then no, that's not what I thought. I thought it was going to be this way. I thought it was going to be that way. Sometimes you just can't explain it because it's never going to make any sense to them. Sure enough, in The Color Purple, the two sisters were like, you and me, us never part. But yeah, they did part. Celie had a journey to go on, and so did her sister. They were love each other at heart, but they were parted. And it was some years before they were brought back together. I mean, some serious years. Think about it. Her daughter and son were in Africa. Her sister found them. So she was still a part of her, but they were separate. And it was a painful separation. But the journeys for both of these women, including those children, had to be taken. And sometimes certain people can't go on certain journeys with you, and you can't go with them on certain journeys that they're going on. So we have to have the mindset and the peace within us to say, okay, I need to let go. I need to let go because, like I said, your paths are no longer this, it's this, or it's this. And we need to be okay with it and prepare for what's happening. It's not a loss, which is what we seem to count it as. It's not a loss. It's an adventure. It's an experience. It's a learning experience. It's a growth spurt. It's an understanding. It's a healing. Whatever it is for that time, for however long or short it was for a reason, and it was for a positive reason, not a negative. But we seem to think that the universe will never cause disarray in a situation to make you want to, okay, I can't go there. I got to make this way. I got to go this way. It's time. Or the other person may say, okay, I need to go this way. So who are we to say either side is wrong? If you know in your heart that it's time to go, then go. If you know, and whatever, however it happens. But sometimes we don't want to go. We want to keep the path right here. We want to keep this going right here, and then all of a sudden there's all kind of craziness going on, and we shouldn't hold on. We should let it go and be at peace with it. Because if we let it go initially and do it give it justice and love it, Peace, anything that you let go in love, it'll always return if it's supposed to. And if it doesn't, it wasn't supposed to. Not only that, but it ran its course when you were in it was in your life. Everything has a course, everything has a time frame on this earth, in this lifetime, in this 3D realm. We are all forever. We will always be forever together. You will always be forever, but just not in this journey. That's what we have to see. So, how many times are we giving someone the benefit of the doubt about anything? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's just how they are. Oh, well, and it's causing you pain or hurt. And we're supposed to, how many times do you look away from it? Again, to save face, to save whatever it is you want to save. How many times are we turning our back on it, acting like, pretending like it, it doesn't affect me, so I don't have to address it. But you see signs and you're going, wait a minute, that don't even sound right. You've seen so many things and you just swallowed it. You didn't say anything, you just swallowed it. How much time are you going to keep holding stuff in and swallowing it and just letting it happen, knowing it's festering until you get to that point where all of a sudden you have no more room to let anything else fester. You have no more room to kowtow. You have no more room, you know, you have to know when it's time to hold them and when it's time to fold them, when to walk away and when to run. And you don't owe anyone any explanations, even though people feel like you do. No, you don't. Because I've seen people who have cut folks off with no explanation whatsoever and have cut other people off that knew other people with no explanation whatsoever because they knew whoever. So, there are certain reasons people do whatever they do, and you try to understand it as best you can. And you try to remember the actions and I think that's what some of us do. Because we don't want to ruffle a feather and we're scared, but we know somewhere deep down in us, we really want to say something, but we know if we do, we're probably going to get cut off too. You get tired of that after a while. You get tired of it, even if it doesn't, but the person's actions or whatever. If you know how a scenario is going to play out and that's not what you want to deal with, then don't. You don't have to be confrontational. You don't have to explain yourself. Just know when that season is up. And sometimes the universe will bring that situation right back around again in a different way. Oh, you didn't catch that one? Okay, I'm going to catch. You said you wanted to go this way, but yet you have not turned. So I'm going to give you this hint again. I'm going to do it subtly at first. Okay, you didn't get it that time. Okay, I'm going to do it again this time. I'm going to give it a little bit more pressure. Okay, you got it, but you still holding on to the tree. I need you to blow away. I need you to let go. Or I need you to let go of that leaf. Because that leaf, if you hold on to it anymore, it's going to fall off. And if you try to hold on to it, it's going to disintegrate into a million pieces. And it's not going to have any meaning anymore. It's going to be just a memory. So let the leaf go willingly. Because you have a whole season to go through by yourself right now from the leaves leaving you, so you can reflect, you can heal, you can grow, learn and understand everything that you went through from the other 3 seasons previous to this season that you're in now. And so you can get prepared for the next upcoming season where all the new leaves are coming in. You have new leaves waiting on you, but they can't come in the new season if you're trying to hold on to this one leaf or whatever, however many leaves you're trying to hold on to for whatever reasons, for sentimental reasons, for whatever reason you want to call it. If it doesn't but fit, don't force it. You can't. You can, but again, I just gave you the scenario what may just happen. So why let it linger? People take leaves and they so they don't want to rake the leaves. So now you got a whole bunch of leaves, and then you got more leaves growing in. So if you don't rake those leaves and clean up that area, then the next season rolls around and you have more leaves. And if you continue this process, now you have more leaves because you didn't have the guts to walk away or do what you need to do to clean up the leaves and have peace and freedom. So if I'm making sense, I'm hoping I am. Take a good look at where you're at right now in this season. And if you're not ready for the season, you probably may want to consider getting ready for it. Because either you're going to carry some baggage or you're not. It's easier to clean the leaves up, bag them up, get rid of them for the next season than it is to try to wade through the whole pile of them, because you never know what's in the midst of those leaves that you're trying to walk through or get through because you were too lazy to clean it up. And then you're looking at the mess of the mud, the dirt, the snow, and everything that gets on those leaves stuck, and now you can't even find the yard. It's a mess. That's what life is about. Your life becomes a mess because you're holding on to things that you shouldn't be holding on to, and it's causing you a lot of stress. Or you just choose not to look at it and you don't care that it is a mess. It's not going to get better until you let it, until you allow it, or you cause some things to happen. But you don't want the universe to do it for you. It's much easier if you take the first step. So with that being said, make your list, do your brainstorming, do whatever it is you need to do to see what you need to do for this next season of your life, because it's time to move forward. And not only just move forward in love, move forward in peace, blessing everyone you know and you've come in contact with. Bless those people that the seasons have gone on for them and you. Bless them in the season that they're moving into. Send them out with love. Send them away with love. You don't necessarily have to talk to them to do it. You know, speak it into the atmosphere. Speak love into the atmosphere for everyone. Speak peace, speak healing, speak success, abundance, joy, prosperity into those lives, into that career you formerly had, into that former boss you had, into that former whatever it is, boyfriend, relationship, girlfriend, whoever, whatever. Speak love, because love covers a multitude of sins. Love is unconditional. Love doesn't have boundaries. And sometimes love has to cut the cord. And with that being said, again, I'm signing off. I wish you all the best in your holiday season. If you, those of you celebrate holidays, be safe, be happy, and walk in love. Take care.